What's going on, guys? So today's video, I got a guest. I got Marc from the channel Robes08. So I'm actually here visiting Marc, so please forgive the setup. It's a little hard to film where we're located here at the hotel. So alright, so today's video is, these really haven't been done a lot in the fragrance community, and it's going to be a casual kind of video so Marc can drink his coffee.
Always a good thing.
So today is actually going to be an interview. Okay, so I don't think anybody has ever interviewed you before, have they?
I don't recall. If it was early in my journey.
All right, so we're actually going to be doing an interview, and I got 15 questions.
15.
Plus a bonus.
Bonus round.
So, all right.
All right.
So, question number one: what does Robes08 mean, and why that name? Like, I personally know, but some of the newer guys may not.
Yeah. Well, it steals from my last name. So my nickname in high school was Robes. In high school, we always called each other from our last names.
Okay.
So I was always on basketball teams, volleyball teams, and stuff like that. So we always had our own little names, and mine was Robes. Mm-hmm. The 08 is from Kobe, so I used to be a big basketball fan. So actually, that YouTube channel started when I was in high school.
Okay.
And I didn't shoot videos. It was just I signed up with YouTube.
I thought the 08 was actually your like your jersey number back in high school.
No, that was 41. I was a big fan of Dirk Nowitzki too.
I remember. I've heard the name, but I'm just not much of a sports fan.
Back in the day.
So question number two: what fragrance got you hooked? What was the bug?
Well, obviously it's Le Male.
JPG?
Yeah. But the one that really got the juices flowing was probably Jubilation 25 by Amouage. That just put me into a different realm. It was more artistic. Obviously I've smelt a lot of niche before that. I smelt a lot of Creeds and Bonds before Amouage. But Jubilation 25 was just, I was like, complexity that I haven't seen before. So that's really where just the bug started, and I'm just like, okay.
And that was your longest review ever, wasn't it?
Yeah, 37 minutes, I think.
I didn't watch it.
I don't blame you.
Okay, so JPG Le Male is what got you in.
Yeah.
Amouage is what really got you hooked.
Yeah.
But what is your all-time favorite fragrance for men, but also for women?
Ooh. Men would be still Juby. That one is just sentimental. There's things like that.
I understand.
For women, well, Stephanie wears Spring Flower from Creed.
Wow.
So that one is my favorite on her.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
What is your all-time least favorite fragrance for men and women?
Oh.
I have an idea what the men's is, but I could be wrong now.
No, you probably will be wrong. It's Serge Lutens Chypre Rouge.
Yeah, I thought it was Chrome from Azzaro.
That's just a bad fragrance. Chypre Rouge, it was so strong. I've never had a fragrance that was so strong, but the strength of it was so bad. It was very syrupy red.
Okay. With
a lot of greens. So think of a pine needle smell with like red cough syrup, but very strong. See, so it almost made me ill.
And I thought that you personally would like something like that because you like your darker, louder fragrances.
Yeah, huge fan of Serge Lutens fragrances. That's the only one I've met from the brand that I really dislike. It made me almost throw up.
And what about for women?
There's nothing in particular, really. I'm not a fan of the really sweet fruity florals, right?
Okay.
But there's nothing that comes to mind that says, oh, that reminds me of an ex and I hate it. There's no story like that, unfortunately.
Okay. No. Okay, so Juby is your baby. So, yeah. But what is your first niche purchase ever?
We're going Creed. I'm trying to remember. Himalaya, I believe, was my first purchase. Yeah.
You still got it?
Oh I've never sold a fragrance.
Oh, okay.
Ever.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, well, see, okay, this question wasn't going to be a part of it, but how big is the collection then?
I stopped counting after 1,000.
Damn. Wow.
And that was probably a year ago. So.
What is the most expensive fragrance you've purchased? And what brand was it? How much and what brand?
It was Agonist. I don't know if you're familiar with the brand.
I might be.
Okay. They have specialty bottles, and that's why they're from Sweden.
What's it called? The brand?
Agonist.
I think I did a review of one last year.
Yeah, they have these hand blown bottles, and then they got just their regular line, which is about 175. American. So this one is a hand blown. It was from Lucky Scent, and the retail was, I think, $1,700. Yeah, but it was on sale because they're trying to get rid of it. Nobody was going to buy it.
Not for $1,700.
No, and I think they took $600 or $700 off, and I blind bought it.
Was it good though?
No.
All right.
It's a piece in my collection that I just look at and I go, never again.
That might, I don't know if that was a question in here, okay, but would that be your worst blind buy?
It was most expensive. Ouch. Blind buy. Yes.
And what did the wife say? My wife's with his wife right now.
The wife knows on cost. I never really said, oh, I spent this much on that one. I have my own internal budget, so
you're fearful for your life, is what you are.
Pretty much.
Okay. So you've been doing this for 10 years.
YouTube?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when did you start exactly? The exact date?
August, I think it's the 15th, when I released Le Mans.
Okay. What was that, 2009?
9. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, because you've been doing this for so long, would you like the channel to go, like are there any business ventures that you would be open to if the right business came up to you?
For the channel?
Yeah.
No. The channel was meant to be just my journey.
Okay.
It was never intended to be a business. So I don't look at it as a business venture. Maybe away from the channel, yes. If somebody came up to me and said, hey, would you like to collaborate with us and make a scent? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's actually one of the questions then. So,
okay.
All right. So if a company came up to you and wanted to do a business venture,
yeah,
on creating a scent,
yeah,
what would you call it?
Jeez, Chad, come on now.
Robes08.
That's a good name. Something like that would be, anybody that knows me, I'm really analytical with a lot of stuff. So it depends on the business, what they've done in the past,
okay,
what the vision of the scent would be. So there's a lot to go with the name. So the name would be very important. So anything like that, I can't just throw something like that out
now
there.
would you want this to be an indie or a niche? So let's say like an Atkinson's or a Creed versus like a zoologist or imaginary authors.
Are we talking about starting my own brand?
Like if a company were to come
company?
up, yeah. So if one of these companies wanted to make a fragrance with you, would you prefer it to be indie or niche?
Wow. Obviously indie would be a lot more fun, just because it's just a lot of the indie brands, right? Their scents are much darker. Mm-hmm. With, of course, niche brands, they're almost tailing into more designer. You're seeing a lot of that, like more mainstream. Would it be interesting to go to Creed? Not that it would ever happen, but to make a scent with Creed. Oh, hell yeah. Just to see what's behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Right? So that would be so much fun. That would be the fun part of it.
Okay, so this has nothing to do with Robes08, but you as the individual.
Okay.
Name 3 guys you'd like to collab with in person.
In person.
That you haven't done yet.
So I got you.
You have Al.
Al. I did when I was there, Al, Frank, and all them, the New York boys. Obviously, Steven I have not. We've always wanted to. Never did.
That would be interesting.
So myself and Steven, especially just like a long review with both of us. That kind of format together. I would
Yawn.
I would like that. I would like that.
2 more.
2 more. Jeez. Let me think here. Trying to think. Eugene would be an interesting one. He lives in Toronto, so it's near us. So that can be feasible. Him and Christo together, that'd be great. Just because their taste is my taste currently is gearing towards more Guerlain, more Hermes, and that's where they are. They're with Frédéric Malle and all that, and that's where I'm at right now in my journey. Is a lot of Hermes and Guerlain, so it'd be very interesting just to check out Eugene's Guerlain's collection because he's got a huge one.
That man should get royalties.
Yeah.
So, all right, so that's 3 right there?
Yeah.
Okay, so name 3 past reviewers you wish were still around.
Hero comes to mind just because he'd fit right into what's going on right now.
And I knew you were going to say him.
Yeah. I enjoyed his, it was fun to watch.
I remember him.
Yeah. And he had great taste too.
And he's from Toronto.
So Hero, I'd like Tim to come back. Even though his style probably wouldn't appeal so much now.
Yeah. But I think to the old heads they would, because some of the old heads, they don't like all the fancy cuts and the music. They just like a camera, sit on the couch type.
That's right. Yeah. So him, and I'd have to go with Katie Puckrick.
Okay, the queen herself.
Yes.
All right. So between the 3, what's better? French, Italian, or English perfumery, and why?
French.
Français?
Right.
Why?
Because we started it all. No? We got that French laugh.
Well, we're 2 Northerners.
French all the way.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But why, though?
It's just the history. Just, you look at all the French brands.
The only one that comes to mind is Guerlain. Or Guerlain, whatever.
That's all you need. Seriously. But, Italian brands like Armani, Gucci.
But you have Acqui di Parma. You have.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of those brands. Acqui di Parma is really a lot of citruses and a lot of. They're really emphasizing their history, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
But those type of fragrances they're not my style.
I get it.
So, I like the French.
Okay. And if you could, this question probably kind of intertwines with one that you've already answered.
Okay.
If you could only stick to one brand, which would it be and why?
Oof, that's good.
Keeping you on your toes, aren't I?
Yes, because I want to say Amouage, but I want to say Guerlain too.
So it'd be like a flip of the coin.
It would be.
Why those 2 brands though?
Amouage because of my taste.
They're Middle Eastern, aren't they?
They are.
Okay.
So a lot of their scents are darker, even though they're really starting to get a little more mainstream.
Beach Hut.
Yeah, they're getting a little more cleaner. They're getting away from their silver frankincense that they're used to. So I was a big fan of Jubilation, Interlude, Memoir Man, and I would just blind buy them. And I still do, right? I got Beach Hut, I got them all, and they're going more green, and they're using Immortel, which is a great floral. But it's just very interesting for me as a fan of perfumery just to see that brand. Every release, it may not be my taste, but I enjoy just dissecting those fragrances.
Okay.
So I blind buy them, not only for me, for the channel, but for me too, because I absolutely love them. Just artistic.
And you mentioned Guerlain.
Well, that's just the history. You know, I'm really appreciating like their designer line. They're again, Guerlain, you can say designer, their niche. They're somewhere in the middle, right? But they have the Habit Rouge, the Vetiver, right? They're L'Instyle de Guerlain, which is very much mainstream. It's available everywhere. But then they got those higher end lines that I'm starting to get into. L'Art de la Matière, I have almost all of them. But I haven't checked out their other stuff. So I'm looking at their other stuff that they're doing. It's just that rich history. Even their women's line, I haven't really smelled too many of them. And I'm very interested in all of
Okay,
them.
all right.
Yeah.
So name 3 channels that you always watch the videos. You never miss one.
Ooh, Chad, come on. You're putting me on the
I'm
spot.
really trying to keep him on his toes.
How do I, as a reviewer, you may state this too, time's not there.
Yeah.
And that's an honest answer.
No, that's true. There's a lot of people there.
Can you, when I first started, there was only like 6 of us. So a new fragrance review comes up, it would be once a week. Oh, right, Brendan or J.R. Ryder did one, or Tim did one. It's not like we have 150 fragrance reviewers and you have 40 fragrance reviews in one day getting shot.
That's true.
Coming into, because I'm subscribed to almost everybody. I try to. And I try to support as many as I can.
And there's a lot. Like it's tough really keeping up who's in it.
So yeah, there's, I wouldn't say there's somebody that I'm checking out every single time, but and you may have noticed this, is when I get close to finishing my fragrance reviews, I pull up every single fragrance review on that scent, and that's my finishing touch on my reviewing style. So if you did a review on, let's say I do a Ventus, if you did one on a Ventus, I will watch your review. I'll give you your thumbs up. It doesn't matter if I like what you say or not, and I will give you a comment saying thank you so much. I appreciate your work. Keep up the good job.
I remember those.
So I try to do that. So I don't do it every day, but when I'm working on fragrance, like I'm working on Dunhill Icon Racing right now.
I saw the post today
and
on Facebook.
Yeah, so that's when I post that means I'm at the end. So I'm ready to post it on YouTube, and I've already watched all the reviews, so I've already seen everybody's. Obviously, some other styles are there to entertain. Other styles are there to give you the meat and potatoes, and then you got a mix of the two. So, and I enjoy all kinds. Obviously, I'd like more meat and potatoes than entertainment.
Yeah, I like to think I'm kind of like in the between. I try to add a little bit more spoof now, you know?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Gotta make fun of myself. All right, so the best thing about being on YouTube, though?
The best thing? It's a hobby. I enjoy it. I've met great people like yourself. It makes this hobby enjoyable. If I had this hobby without YouTube, it'd be kind of weird trying to find people that have the same hobby as me here. Probably would be super hard to find. So it really brought a community, and that's one of the things when I first started, is I wanted a community on YouTube because I wanted like-minded people to be around and speak about fragrances. And now we're there.
Okay. This one just came to mind. Have you ever been noticed off camera? So if you were to go to the mall or a store, have you ever been noticed by anybody?
Yep.
Yeah?
Yeah, a few times. Yep.
Here or elsewhere?
Here and near Toronto, when I'd go to the malls, I got stopped a few times at the malls, Vaughan Mills.
Yep.
I got randomly stopped there. I think
it's an unusual feeling, isn't it?
Yes. And they were saying your name, and I'm like, and it's maybe the way the person approached me, I'm like, I'm trying to remember you. I don't know you. Why are you saying my name?
Yeah, I know. I've been recognized 5 times. 3 of those times were on the bus when I've been working.
When you're working?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And I never indulge where I work, but
That's interesting.
At least they're respectful by saying, hey, you know, I recognize you from YouTube, you know, and not make a big spectacle. So.
Yeah.
And last question, but there's going to be a bonus.
Okay.
What's the funnest or most proudest video you've done so far for your channel?
You would think it would be the top 100 designer, because that's the one that gets the most hits. I think Juby.
I was thinking that one.
And it's only because of the work I put in. I was really, and while I was editing it, I'm like, no one's gonna watch this. It's at 37 minutes. How am I supposed to cut this down?
And where's it at view-wise right now?
Unfortunately, that video got removed.
Oh, when you had to do
videos,
the purge. Oh.
So it got re-released. So it's at. It was very high. It was actually very surprising. I think it was at like 40,000 views or something like that when I got rid of it. So now it's probably at like 800 or something.
Oh, okay.
Because it's re-released.
So you say that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm proud of that one. Yeah.
And bonus question.
Bonus round. Okay.
Habs or Leafs?
Habs.
Montreal Canadiens.
Go Habs, go. Next year, we've got the cup.
Well, maybe it's going to be Toronto versus Montreal.
I love that.
All Canadian for a change?
That's right.
So guys, that's it. We just did a review or an interview with Marc. So Marc, thank you very much for doing it.
Thank you, Chad. Thank you.
So guys, if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Share the video, subscribe if you haven't. I'll see if I can do more videos like this with other reviewers. Alright, so I'll attach Marc's link down below just in case you're new to the community. Please check him out. This guy is like one of the most seasoned guy who's still around. So you've seen a lot of guys.
Can't believe it.
You've seen a lot of guys come and go.
Yes. Yes, for sure.
So I think the only guys that are still around is you, Dave, and Mickers.
That's right. Yeah.
So, alright guys.
Yeah.
We thank you for your time. Take care, and we'll see you later.